Hey guys, this is Callum from EnglishShooting, and today I have the Magload Double Quad Loader, and I was very kindly sent this by Magload themselves to review and show to you guys, because you'll all know how much of an avid practical shooter I am, and if you're going to be doing anything with practical shooting with a shotgun, you're going to need a caddy. And if you don't know what a caddy is, as you can see, it holds your shell in place. You clip the device onto your belt and it allows you to easily pull away the shells and load quickly into your shotgun. And regular viewers of this channel will know that I use the Takom caddies, and they have been my go-to caddies for a very long time. They're very simple, very easy to use, very little to go wrong, and I've just found them very reliable and consistent. They are honed in for both dual load and quad loading. I myself have been a dual loader for a very long time. Being cursed with sort of small hands and small fingers, I've always found it quite difficult to grab the shells and hold them consistently in my hand. I tend to drop them and it just all turns to crap, and I end up losing time, massive time on a stage. The Magload is the first caddy that I've used that I have found quad loading more natural than the dual loading. It is just effortless to quad load with these, and I was just genuinely blown away with how nice they are to use. Even at this horrible angle with the camera, you see that it just flicks off. I'm struggling there to to hold on to them, but they're in line. I've got a good grip and I could quad load with those absolutely no problem. The slight downside with these being so honed in for quad loading is it is slightly difficult to dual load. It takes a little bit more of a technique because they're so close together. I did find when you grabbed for a dual load, you did sort of twitch these and they could fall out. That's a bit of a null negative really, because they're not designed for dual loading as the name would suggest. I think with a little bit of practice I would be able to get it down and probably remove that problem and get them faster than the Takoms. So yes, I seriously am considering swapping these for my Takoms. You can see that there are two differences here, and this is because Magload also sent me down the upgrade options, the quick release and the self-adjust kit. So you can buy the caddy itself with the shell holders just screwed into place, or you can buy the quick adjust kit, which is a quick adjust lever. So if you're doing practical shooting, you might have a slug or buckshot round and they might be longer than the shells that you usually use for standard stages. So with this you can easily make the adjustment in length and then lock it back down. The self-adjust kit does all that without you having to get involved. It's obviously spring-loaded and it will take pretty much any size shell without you even thinking about it. I would say straight away, do not bother with the quick release kit. You can see that it's a little bit loose, and okay, yes, I could go and get a screwdriver and tighten that up, but I absolutely hate to be fiddling with my gear, and that would just put a little bit of doubt in my mind. Is it going to come loose at the wrong time? And the self-adjust kit just completely removed that doubt, and I did find the self-adjust kit to give a more consistent sort of load, more consistent release, and overall a much better system. Talking of the costs, or going into the cost, the standard caddy with no upgrade is £75. The quick release system is £15, and the self-adjust kit is a further £25. So with the self-adjust kit and the caddy, it makes it 100 quid. With the quick release and the caddy, it's going to make it £90. So for that £10 extra, I just think it's more than worth it for the self-adjust kit. And on cost, it does make it one of the most expensive caddies on the market compared to the Takom, which I think they're around the £40 mark. And you'll all know my big gripe with caddies is how expensive they are. Now, when looking at the tacoms, it's because all the tacoms are just 3 bits of plastic screwed or clipped together, and 40 quid for 3 bits of milled plastic I think is a little extortionate. Of course, I paid my own money for them, I thought they're great, I still highly recommend them, but it does always gripe me. With this, there's just so much design going on, so much sort of engineering going on, and I can see where the money is going. It's not just 3 bits of plastic bolted together, you've got a laser cut stainless steel backing plate, you've got Delrin CNC shell holders, you've got obviously these upgrade kits which are multitude parts, again all sort of stainless steel high quality components. The one thing that I think does let it down slightly, I just have to refocus the camera for you quickly, is that it's 3D printed plate here, and the lever on the quick release is also 3D printed. I would have liked to have seen those parts to be milled as well, and I'll get on to why I think they are 3D printed in a second. Now, you can see, as I was saying, with obviously the inserted magnets, the machine parts, the laser cut parts, you're getting so much more for your money compared to the Tacom. So although yes, £100, it is very expensive for a caddy with the upgrade parts, or even just £75, I think you're getting so much more. And when I reviewed the Ghosts, and the Ghosts I think are around £60–70, I much prefer these to the Ghost. I think these are head and shoulders above the Ghost, and although I saw where the additional cost was going into the Ghosts, these have just mastered it. And I think actually if you're looking for a top end caddy, this is the one to go for. And I think more simply, although this isn't going to help you out down the range, the packaging is nice. Magload have actually put some effort into their packaging, super high quality. It's almost like opening up a little present. With the wrapping inside, you can see all the other bits and bobs that I've been sort of playing with to assemble with them, and maybe a little teaser there for what I'll be reviewing in the near future. So you are getting a quality part. You can see where that money is going, and it just makes it a lot more value for money. Obviously, for people that are just starting out into the sport, £100 for a caddy, or even £75 for a caddy. If you're looking to buy 2 or 3 caddies, you can be looking £200 to £300 for your first setup, and that's where I would still highly recommend the Tacoms. Go and spend sort of 30–40 quid, even get cheaper second-hand ones. Practice your skills, do some matches, and then invest the serious money. And when you want to step up your game, I would highly recommend the Magloads. Now, back on to the 3D printed parts. So why do I think they've done the 3D printed and maybe sacrificed a little bit of quality there? Well, obviously it's the economies of scale. All of their caddies are going to have this backplate, and you can see that, well, on this caddy there's 4 of the same shell holders, and these are 2 of the same components as well. So they can go to a manufacturer and say, right, I want 1,000 of these, I'm going to want 4,000 of these, and I'm going to want 2,000 of these to make a total of 1,000 caddies. With the upgrade parts, the numbers are going to be much less, so they're going to be able to get the discount and the economies of scale on these parts to go for the higher quality milled production. But for the upgrade parts, it's a bit of a gamble. If people, if they only sell 5 or 10, it's going to be completely counteracted. Getting 10 made by a CNC machinist is going to cost like hundreds of pounds. So I'd much rather have these 3D printed than not have them at all, and I'm guessing that's why they are 3D printed. They were able to offer these 3D printed, whereas it would probably be not cost effective to go and get these machines. But that is an improvement I would like to see in the future. If they are selling these in the quantities to justify going and getting a batch machined, I would love to see these machined out of Delrin, and that would be the absolute perfect setup then. But on that note, I haven't noticed any performance differences. It is purely the aesthetics. It's not any weaker, doesn't seem to sort of take any less abuse than the rest of the caddies. So it's not really a performance issue. It's just a little niggle on the aesthetics and the looks. So there we go. A absolutely superb double quad loader, superb just quad loader in its own right. As I said, the most natural and intuitive quad loader that I've used, and I really think it is going to convert me. I think this is going to be the caddy that makes me switch from dual loading to quad loading finally. It's just so easy, so nice to use, super high quality. So there we go. If you're looking for a new caddy, if you're looking to move up from perhaps some of the cheaper ones out there like the Tacoms, I really wouldn't look any further. Thank you very much for watching this video, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it, and as always, I hope to see you soon.